guns they use, and those guns all have a minimum strength of 12.
I just record.
So literally, every human in the book has a strength between 12 and 15.
I just started
That's
recording
the
on this one.
all-air range,
Okay.
and it's just like,
Yeah.
clap.
What's
to-
was normal human
it would have
range
been
for
so
hero is
easy to
20,
do clap.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have.
So we
What
gotta
are they?
get the.
So is it just that they made what is
You're
20
gonna be over
strength
here to
to
say
be
something?
ridiculous for an actual human?
All right.
That is part of it. The
Let's go for
weapon
it.
strengths are totally absurd for, yeah. But-
Plus,
so
I-
that-
Why don't you do it, Alex? Just go. Heroic Tourney 1 or whatever you want to do. And I'll tell you when I'm ready.
Heroic turn.
I'm not,
You're not ready.
Yeah.
well,
I'm ready.
he's got to sit down. We got to get in places.
Don't tell me what to do.
Because we're getting,
Stand here.
Okay.
we're going to get going as soon as he says this spiel.
30, 60 seconds.
Computer out of power setting.
Where do
You
you
ready?
want, where do you want me to be?
You're in the, what you call it, room,
Well,
I think.
No, he said, but for the beginning, he said he
Okay.
wanted.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you come over,
Yeah, that's cool.
stand on the other side of this poster.
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Heroic Tourney. This is a show where we try and show the best players and how you can become a better player and gamer in a role-playing system. Today, we've got Mythica Von Griffin as, or Mythica as a judge and GM, or judge.
Judge.
I apologize. She's got experience with role-playing games as well as being on TV and producing and other events like that, as well as chalk art and body painting. We have James here as one of our players. He's, likes Hero, a few other systems.
Yeah, I have experience with Hero, Earthdawn, D&D, plenty of things I've made my own.
We've got Wendy Reichel, who's been doing wonderful work for the gaming community. She's got a couple of books out, I believe, in, which systems are they?
In the GM0 line from Post World Games. And I'm Vice President of Gamers Giving, a local 501c3 charity here in Colorado. And one of the co-organizers of the Denver RPG Meetup Group.
Excellent.
And then we've got Scott Field, who's volunteered to be our GM for this particular event. Scott, what's your favorite 3 systems and what do you do mundanely?
Boy, see, you didn't give me any prep time ahead, so. Mostly I run Hero System and Champions, which is what I've been mostly running since the 80s.
Okay.
But I'll play any game as long as it's fun.
Okay, all right. And then finally, we've got Wayne Vinson here, who frequently runs for me and James, Vampire, 2nd edition AD&D, and a few other things.
The occasional bit of Cyberpunk 2020.
And
Of course, Skip made the mistake of lighting an entire warehouse of toilet paper on fire. Just to let you know what kind of guy he is.
accidents. Who's
It
pushing bad guys?
Makes sense.
I have reasons for setting where places on fire. So what's going to happen is we're going to have our players, they're going to play in a world created and presented by Scott. And it's in the hero system. And they're going to be playing superheroes, battling an issue that has come to their attention. And then Mythic is going to look and see how our players respond and perform and what they do that puts them as top level players. You know, what's good, what could be done better, things like that. And then we'll all, get together later on and give you guys some feedback as to how, we felt you did. And that's the point behind Heroic Tourney, is to show people, what, great gamers we have out here. So, I'll turn it over to you, Scott.
Cool, okay. Any questions from the players before we get started? All familiar with the
Skip
series? All right.
And Big Cafe.
Cafe, yeah,
Yeah.
it's copyrighted, sorry. If you take the labels off.
Ta-da.
I know we set up all the
Take that off.
Oh, okay.
It's a copyright issue.
Right.
But what if we, because Alex has to be over here, right?
It's all good.
Alex is right here. You're sitting down right there.
What if we have them just kind of hang out?
Do you want to have her just hang out in the
I
room?
think it'd be
So I'm
me and
gonna,
for
start
this
off with kind of
particular
like
session.
the recap
Just to play,
of
hang
our
out?
As you can see,
session.
you can
Which is about the last
Do
session.
you want to hang out?
Okay.
It is a 4-hour slot.
Over-
We're playing the last 2
well,
hours of it.
yeah.
So we're going to pretend that
two
you
can
played
hang out.
the first 2 hours of
I
yesterday.
mean, just a thought, like it might make it.
Yes.
Or a recap, or whatever this
I know
is.
that if we
Right.
talk,
I will take
You'll
notes
pick it
even
up.
because
Yeah,
I'm
that's true.
Let's,
your
yeah,
illustrious
These
leader.
are picking up everything we're saying.
I know,
Okay.
but let's be in the other room because otherwise we're not gonna be.
Right.
okay. Here's an issue.
Okay.
I don't know if someone's supposed to tell me start.
I think you're going.
I think
Yeah,
we're
and
I think we're
go.
sorry.
And go. All right. So, when last we left our intrepid heroes, it had been a very peaceful, beautiful day in Denver. You guys were getting an award in Civic Center from the governor for your role in helping save Cheyenne Mountain from the warlord in a previous adventure. And he was giving you an award. It was a really nice day. It was very cool. Until the aliens invaded. It's always a nice day until the alien spaceships land. Out of nowhere, these giant spaceships dropped down. There was a big fight. For some reason, they were only invading Denver. The big fight ensued. You spent a couple hours punching aliens and broke a couple of their ships, and they finally withdraw. You've driven the aliens off. And now as the dust settles from that battle, now you have to figure out what happened and where you go from here. So you're in Civic Center in Denver. There's a couple of crashed alien drop ships. You haven't the ships that came down were obviously not motherships, are obviously just combat shuttle type things. You do have a few alien prisoners that you've captured. At this point, the military, the National Guard are here, and Primus, which is the super cops. So they've taking some of them into custody. The governor, you were able to get him into the Capitol building, which has an armored and secure war room in the basement.
Yes.
Because in any superhero world, you always have to have that in the basement. And that's where we are. So the dust is kind of just settling from that fight. And what would you like to do?
I guess I'd like to ask, can you tell us a little bit more about the aliens? Are we talking?
Oh yeah, I should.
little
Right.
gray men,
No,
or-
so yeah, that would be nice
Mantis
to know,
men.
right?
How many meters tall are they?
So the aliens are apparently called the Taurians. They are roughly human-sized, except shorter and a lot squatter, grayish skinned, kind of slug-toad-looking, ugly suckers. Obviously, very advanced weaponry and body armor. Most of their troops are just wearing basic body armor. They also had some power suit guys in power armor that were pretty tough.
Okay.
The regular Taurian soldiers are individually more than a match for stand for cops and soldiers and so forth. They're not quite up to superhero standards. The guys in the power armor were tough. They gave you a fight.
All right.
But gray skin, slug-like kind of picture.
Are their weapons energy-based or projectile?
Energy-based weapons. Yeah.
Electricity-based?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, you would not probably still be standing at this point, right?
Right. And the holes of their ships, were they, I can punch through them kind of holes, or were they?
One of them you did punch through, so yes.
Oh, yay for me.
Always have to be on
To
top.
what extent, I don't know for this campaign, to what extent is there a distinction between regular science and strange super science, or where do these fall in that?
We're into Reed Richards super science territory.
Okay.
Their stuff's all very, very high tech. It's obviously mass produced though, but it's certainly more advanced than standard weaponry.
Do we know where they came from?
You do not
Do
yet.
not know.
Okay.
Is there any knowledge of, you mentioned that they were drop or combat type ships. Is there any knowledge of a mothership that can be seen in orbit with a telescope or something like that?
I don't know. Who would you ask that question? You don't
I
see
would-
anything. You're looking up.
Okay, so we don't know. Okay.
You can
let's-
ask that.
Well, we do have friends at NORAD.
Yeah, we can start. NORAD has radars. That would be a very good start because that can see into space somewhat.
Absolutely.
So if we have friends there, let's contact them and see what they.
Yeah, and basically, you guys at this point have just fought off the alien invasion. So pretty much, you just saved the governor's life.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of goodwill. So you can ask questions like that, and people will make phone
Okay.
calls and find out.
And we
Absolutely.
can also ask to find out if this was indeed the only place that was struck.
Yes, you can. You do verify that for some reason, Denver was the only city that was targeted. So there were all the other, so when Denver got attacked, all the super teams and all the other cities were all ready. It's they were ready to be next. It's really just Denver? Okay.
Well, we are the Queen City.
Absolutely.
I mean,
that
it's the best city. Why wouldn't you?
that
come to
does
Denver?
seem to rule out some sort of alien invasion, though. There has to be some other.
It seems like an odd place to choose to make a bridgehead, but
Yeah.
But so yes, you're able to contact NORAD. They didn't detect any alien ships in orbit. They also didn't detect the ships that actually landed here. So there's obviously they have some sort of advanced stealth technology
Okay.
that makes them invisible to anything.
Were they visible to sight as they were descending?
Yes.
But they seem to be invisible to radar.
Yes. And at least so far they've not been able to visually spot anything in orbit.
Is
Okay.
it possible there's some kind of lab that has some crashed spaceship from before? And maybe somewhere in Denver they're trying to recover something.
I don't know.
I saw that movie. No, not that you're aware of. Nobody has seen these aliens before.
Well, we have prisoners. We could
Mhm.
take them back to our base, which I'm sure we have,
Sure.
and
Yeah,
talk
or-
with them
yeah, you-
further.
Yeah. Do they seem to have any means of communication?
Oh yes. Yeah. Clearly.
Okay, so they communicate with like they talk to each other, or
Yeah.
what do they do?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, they talk to each other.
And they have translators. So
Okay, so they can talk to
Yeah.
us.
Absolutely.
Have they had anything to say yet about what they're up to?
No, they're pretty much all giving you the alien equivalent of name, rank, serial number. That's it.
Okay. I'm assuming in the fighting, were any of these aliens killed in the fighting?
Probably.
I would think so.
Probably. I'm just trying to rule out the possibility. The fact that they didn't, there's as of yet no evidence they actually came from orbit seems suspicious, right?
They had to come from
They
somewhere.
had to
There's
come from
gotta be a
somewhere.
bigger ship, because
Well, or they came from Toronto and they're not really aliens or something, right? I'm just putting out, there may be other possibilities, right? I usually blame Toronto.
I don't,
when
I
in
don't
doubt.
think the Canadians are big on attacking
I
us.
don't know. It is Denver though. Okay.
I mean, if I was attacking anywhere, maybe New York City,
it is-
closer to
it is-
Toronto.
the whole thing makes very little sense.